It's Chris Daniels, the heartless producer.
So guys, that's the video of this girl, this woman who has said this photographer actually, she released this video as evidence, saying that this photographer sexually harassed her by touching her. Mind you guys, I'm a photographer. And this is kind of I don't know, this is just I think she has a motive and agenda. But aside that, let's read her backstory. She posted a tweet where she was talking about everything that happened, and let's just get to it. There's no time. Been modeling since I was 15. Modeled for Sterling Bank at the age of 15. I've worked with multiple photographers across Nigeria. So you mean to tell me I just woke up one day and decided to accuse some photographer for sexual assault for no just cause? I remember having a phone call with a friend of mine, and we were looking at his work, and we spoke about him doing my next professional headshot. I even left a comment on his page saying I couldn't wait to work with him. Coincidentally, I got booked to model for a brand, and he was a photographer. I was so excited. I called my friend and told her, guess who is shooting me for my next gig. Fast forward to the day of the shoot, I got prepared, got there with my personal assistant. His demeanor was a bit stern towards me, and I was a bit shocked because we used to banter on Twitter. We both used to follow each other on Twitter. My biggest mistake was accepting full payment from the brand before the shoot. If not, I would have stopped the whole shoot when I got so uncomfortable with the way he was touching me. I told my personal assistant exactly what was happening in the changing room, and she witnessed his movement as well. And I and my assistant had an eye contact. If we ever happen to go to court for this, she's my witness. Immediately after the shoot, I told the owner of the brand what I experienced, and she said she noticed. She wouldn't have noticed because she was going back and forth bringing jewelry for me to change to. After I left the location of the shoot, I called my sister and she told me I should free the issue. That next time something like that happens, I should check the person on the spot. But I was so angry and traumatized. A few days later, I came on this same app and shared my experience with my audience without mentioning his name. They told me to mention his name, and I forwarded my tweets to him on Instagram. And he asked me what I was talking about, and that was when I lost it. I mentioned his name. When the heat got too much on social media, it got to my family, and my mom became so paranoid. She told me that why couldn't I just overlook his actions? She heard he was going to call his lawyers and decided to reach out to this photographer without my consent. I never knew when she did that till I came online and I saw that she called the photographer begging. Obviously, that made it look like I made up my story, because why would my mom be begging someone if he was guilty of what her daughter accused him of? See where the first accusation story stemmed up from? Exactly. My lawyers and his lawyers have gone back and forth about this case, and I will not go back on my statement. I am not accusing this photographer falsely. He did what he did, and I will never go back on my words, never. If we ever go to court over this is the same thing I would say. Can't just wake up one day and decide to accuse someone falsely, especially someone I was hoping to work with. This trade is not for anyone to believe. I really don't care about that. This is my story and my story. This is my story. A lot of you keep spreading lies. I have read multiple versions. That is why I'm putting the exact scenario of this ordeal between me and him out myself. Stay blessed. That was a long one. But I will try to be as quick as possible. What's happening now is that she's accusing a photographer of sexually harassing her. I've said this before. Just the video I posted first. That's what I'm relating to right now. Okay, she's saying the photographer sexually harassed her. And looking at that video, there were times when she smiled. Look, how can someone be harassing you? And she said she was angry and traumatized to the extent that she could not check him on the spot. But now look, So I don't just get. Right, you see, this thing happens frequently when mostly women try to just accuse men of false allegations of rape, maybe because he broke her heart. After they have broken up relationship, she will now accuse him of rape, that he raped her while they were in a relationship. And the society is so sympathetic towards women in the sense that they don't even care about the man's view, they don't care about what the man says. Once a woman says, I have been raped, I have been sexually harassed, the society supports her and goes with her story. And that's not fair to men. Not all men are rapists, definitely not. Not all men do bad things. Not all men. Women rape men, but it goes so unnoticed. Women harass men. Women abuse men domestically, psychologically, even physically in relationships. Women abuse men, but it goes underneath. I'm not here to say women are bad people. No, but we all know that the society is sympathetic towards women. They don't listen to the man's side. Imagine a man is being beaten on the street by a woman. Nobody gives a fuck. Nobody gives a hoot. But imagine a man is beating a woman on the street. Imagine what happens. Everybody gathers and everybody is on the woman's side trying to stop the whole thing. I get it that women are weaker and that women are not as strong as men. True. But there are some women who are stronger than men who can actually beat men. You get? But it just goes unnoticed. Back to this story. I don't get how you would say you were so... she said she was so eager to work with this photographer and she was so eager to meet him, and then he was now staying towards her. He was not as excited as she was to work with her, to work with him. Like, she was so excited to work with him, but he was not as excited as she wanted him to. And that's what is causing this feud, in my own opinion. Imagine when you like someone so much, or maybe not even like, when you're anticipating to meet somebody so much, to the extent that she has told her friends about him without even meeting him. You love his work. Yeah, a model and a photographer. You love his work. You love what he does. And then you are so eager to meet him, and then you meet him and then he doesn't send you. It's ego bruising. I think it bruised her ego, from my own opinion, in my own standpoint. I think it bruised her ego that the man was not so into her she would have thought he was, because they had shared stuff online before and maybe kind of been close online, or just exchange conversations here and there online. And now she's saying the man sexually harassed her. She released that video as evidence. That video is no evidence. I'm a photographer, and please, you touch your model, you adjust her so that the shots will be fine. It doesn't mean that the shots will come out well. You're the one looking at the picture already. You're the one anticipating how you edit the picture. You're the one who will process that image to that raw image, to the final image. So you have to make it to your own taste so that it will be easier for you to edit. It doesn't make any sense when women do this. Just come out and blatantly just want to do you know what she would do right now? I just think with a Nigerian stood up and they didn't believe this particular story. You were smiling during the shoot. Look, she was smiling. So I don't get how you now just turn the case upside down and then you say he harassed you. And then that video looks edited. You edited multiple clips. That means you worked with him for hours and you were comfortable for hours being sexually harassed. Please. Women, please stop this, man. It's not nice. You could kill this man's career, spoil his entire photography career just by what you have said. You see why some men are careful around women? Because you never could know. This man was so oblivious of the fact that nothing happened that day, and then she said she went to his DMs on Instagram and she messaged him about what he supposedly did, and then he was like, I don't know what you're talking about, and then she got angry, and then she didn't want to post his name on Twitter before, but because of he was oblivious of the fact that nothing happened that day, then you are posting that kind of stuff. How can someone harass you physically and then he has not harassed you online? Like, he has not tried to even talk to you. Why didn't you? If he had tried to do that, surely she would have released receipts of him trying to woo her on social media platform. He has never even reached out to you. He has never tried to. Come on, man. I don't feel good about this story. Let's see what people had to say. Someone says you actually had a crush on the photographer. You had a good chemistry online, but it wasn't the same in reality. You got angry and decided to punish him by laying false allegations on him. Could be very true. Could be very, very true. Could be very, very true. I said this. Okay, this was the comment I was looking for. Someone replies to him. Because this was my conclusion when I get to his demeanor was a bit stern to me. I mean, she gave herself out with that info. Please, I beg. There's nothing a woman hates more than having a man she's crushing on not have her time. How can he be stern and making passes at the same time? Thank you very much. How can you say he's stern and then he's making passes at you at the same time? Is that possible? Is that possible? Is that possible? If you wanted to make passes, you would have been nice, not stern. Thank you. Man treated you like a regular deal and you got pissed. I beg. Someone comes out with receipts and say, if you know anyone that went to Oak Secondary School Oba between 2005 and 2008, they will tell you this woman's story. Proper Digbolugi, almost 2 decades gone and it's still the same madness. This person is trying to say that he attended the same school with her and she has not changed. Maybe she used to lay false allegations and that mentally deranged self. Yeah, I don't know. This is my opinion. Whatever your opinion, go fuck yourself. Someone says the guy could have said, move your arm 60 degrees due south and 10 degrees west. Take your left eye as origin. Move your pinky to 0.23 foot. What measurements are in here? BCC wanted to touch you. Not possible. I do this work. You have to touch your model and adjust her to be. You can even see my studio lights. So see my studio reflector. I mean, so prove that I do this work too. Please stop. False allegations are not good. You people should not make me laugh. I beg. Carry this man go to any court. This video is not proof that I harassed you. There's more to this. There's definitely more to this than we're not hearing. I never even thought about this. There's definitely more to this story that she's hiding. But the man has not come out to say anything. As I've researched and I've not heard anything from the man. So we never can tell. Reading your trade, it could be a motive for false accusation there. You expected him to be all excited meeting you for the shoot, but he wasn't. He probably felt let down, and I don't understand. It's one of the biggest crimes against humanity. Yeah, when a woman loves you and then you don't give any attention, things like this tend to happen. Someone replies to him and say, "Comrade, you sabi, she know the guy well, and she has been wishing to meet him." True. It can't be the guy no even send himself puncture that he go pain her. That's why she manufacture story. It happens all the time. It happens so all the time. So a girl says this, and I'm so happy that a girl, not women supporting women this time, a girl actually says, the truth is that you just wanted attention. If from what you're saying is all true, why didn't you confront him there and then? Why bring it to social media? You kept quiet, then come to social media to tarnish someone's image. Someone says, see who is traumatized. In your words, the owner of the brand was going back and forth bringing jewelry for you to change. So the owner of the brand will just bring one jewelry for a shoot and go inside again to bring another one. Or do the rapata, you know, guesses at all. Don't really understand. Henceforth, all photographers should have a morogun to be using to poke them. I think she means a stick. Use a stick to touch her instead of use your hand to adjust her. As a photographer, I think I get that. Perhaps they should, because if you don't want to be adjusted to get the right posture for a photo shoot, why going to modeling? I just tire. So do you mean to tell me that no other photographer has touched you while you guys are on a shoot? No other photographer has touched you. So why did you now intend? Why is it now that there is this photographer that you liked before you met, and then you met him and he's now staying towards you? Why is it this one that you're now bringing out and saying he touched you inappropriately? It's not fair, man. It's not fair. Let's stop this. I beg. That's the whole story, guys. Please tell me what you think about this. Please subscribe. Let's go to the channel. One love.